like a special delivery, Rangers have delivered at 1 p.m. Welcome back to the channel. The consortium, the investors, Andrew Kavanagh, the 49ers, the San Franciscos, the Make Rangers Great Again, the Fakeover. Well, it's not so fake anymore, is it? We all knew it was going to happen. It was a matter of time. The rumours were 1 p.m. and Rangers have delivered with it. So I think we should head over to the Rangers actual website and talk about it. Now, we have talked ourselves to death about this new majority ownership, but you know what? I'm willing to talk about it again. The consortium will chart a new strategic vision for the club's future, prioritising on-pitch performance and long-term financial sustainability. The new leadership has committed to invest $20 million into the club at this time, which will be subject to shareholder approval at the general meeting on the 23rd of June 2025. Kavanagh, a business leader and healthcare executive, will serve as board chairman. He will work closely with Parig Maravi, who joins the board as vice chairman and is the president of the 49ers Enterprises, a sports invest entity also led by San Francisco 49ers CEO Jed York. Kavanagh and Marafi have spent decades leading highly successful businesses and world-class sports brands. As part of the board, will oversee all aspects of the club in this next chapter. So, back to the 20 million. That's not 20 million that's going to be spent on transfers, but they have to put that in. You know, it's a first step. The 23rd of June, that's when Rangers return for pre-season. And the key thing about this is this now frees up everything, right? Transfers, I expect, to be more links. I also expect the manager, whether it be Angelotti or, like I've said before, God forbid, Russell Martin. I think something's going to be announced sooner rather than later, because you were always going to have to wait on the takeover being announced before actually getting a new manager, despite the links. But we knew, end of May was always the rumours with this takeover, even back in February. And it's the 30th of May. They could have waited one more day, but no, they've waited to Friday. It was never going to get announced at the weekend on a Saturday or a Sunday. So here we are. But Andrew Kavanagh, that's what he had to say. And I quote, "We are deeply grateful for the trust placed in us by the Rangers board, shareholders, staff and supporters. This club's history and tradition speak for themselves, but history doesn't win matches. We know that. The true way to honour the club's heritage will be to drive performance. Our focus is simple. Elevate performance, deliver results and bring Rangers back to where it belongs. At the top." End of quote. Good words here. Rangers need to get back to the top, and he's right. History does not guarantee you hee-haw. You need to deliver right here, right now. And the 49ers, well, their first order of business is to get a squad assembled for these Champions League qualifiers at the end of July, 22nd, 23rd July, and then the 29th and the 30th. We need to be ready, right? There's no two ways about it. We cannot be going into these qualifiers unprepared. I broke down the qualifiers on Fog Football, so check that out. But, they're easy enough in the second qualifying round. We're going to be seeded right until the end, and then it's going to be probably, unless Benfica or Club Brugge go out, it's going to be against one of those two. I think a playoff round game against Club Brugge or Benfica is doable. It's going to be tough. There's no two ways about it, but we've shown in previous years against Benfica, I think it's 4 games, 3 draws and 1 defeat. And if we're being honest, man, honestly, literally every game that we drew, I think we should have won. The game at Ibrox, we drew 2 each with Roof. I think we should have won that. The game 3 each, where they were down to 10 men, we absolutely should have won that. We threw that away. Some of the best football I think we played under Gerrard in that game in Europe. And then the other draw, which was Connor Goldson, handball and another mistake. It should have been, honestly, we could have won very easily 2-0 away in Benfica, but we didn't do that. And then the other game was 1-0 at Ibrox, which was disappointing. But again, I don't think losing 1-0 to Benfica at home is an absolute disaster. It's nothing to be embarrassed about. It's not like we got scudded 4 or 5-0. So yeah, they've that to look forward to. But again, can't take the other 2 rounds lightly. You need to get through them as well. Yeah, you're seeded, but you know what? You need to act like a seeded team. You need to act like a proper team, and hopefully get it done. So that is the first order of business for them. You've got Marafi speaking. You've got Fraser Fortin speaking. You've got Patrick Stewart speaking. But there's no real point going into what they're going to say, man, because all that matters is that this has finally happened. It's finally true. Andrew Kavanagh has spoken. The 20 million's getting pumped into Rangers, and we'll know a bit more in the coming weeks. Now, all eyes go to the next manager. Who's it going to be? Well, Angelotti's 8 to 11, down from 4 to 6, practically the same shit though. and Russell Martin's 3-1, which does scare me. And you've also got the former Ajax man who's shot up to about 6-1. Don't want a guy that's bottled a 9-point lead, but yeah, 49ers are in town. Good news. And it's been approved by the Scottish FA, so nothing to worry about now. Till next time, peace.